Back in the 12th century, something strange happened in the English village of Woolpit. While walking through the woods, a group of villagers stumbled upon two young children. The children had green-tinted skin and wore clothing that looked nothing like anything the villagers had ever seen. Startled and curious, they brought them back to the village. But when they tried to speak, it was in a language no one could understand. The villagers offered them food, hoping to help, but the children refused to eat anything. For the next few days, they didn't touch a single meal until they came across raw beans in the house they were staying in. That they ate. In the following days, the girl slowly began to recover. But her brother grew weaker and eventually passed away. As the years passed, the girl adapted to her new life. She started eating regular food, and the strange green tone of her skin gradually faded. Eventually, she even learned to speak English. According to her story, she and her brother came from a place where the sun never rose. A land cloaked in eternal twilight, known as St. Martin. When the villagers asked how they ended up in Woolpit, she explained that she and her brother had been herding their father's sheep near a cave. One of the animals wandered inside, and as they followed the bell around its neck, they suddenly found themselves emerging from the other side into a strange, unfamiliar forest. To this day, no one knows where those children really came from, or how they crossed over into our world. Were they travelers from another world, or simply forgotten children of Earth's deepest mystery? Nobody knows that. In 1954, Tokyo's Haneda Airport became the stage of one of the strangest encounters in aviation history. A mysterious man of Caucasian appearance arrived with a passport that no one had ever seen before. Authorities, puzzled by the unfamiliar document, asked the man to point out his country on a map. Without hesitation, he reached for Western Europe, only to freeze. The nation he claimed to be from didn't exist. In its place, the small country of Andorra. The man was visibly shocked. Officials examined the contents of his suitcase only to discover something even stranger. Documents, business papers, and ID cards from a country that, by all known records, does not exist. But the real twist came with the passport. It looked official. It had real stamps. And not just that, Tokyo Immigration had apparently stamped it 5 years earlier. There was just one problem. Tokyo's Haneda Airport had only opened 2 years earlier. The man called his country Taured. He insisted it had existed for over 1,000 years. He spoke several languages and carried different currencies from European countries. While authorities investigated his claims, the man was held in a guarded airport room. But by the next morning, he was gone. No signs of escape, no broken locks. He vanished without a trace and was never seen again. According to various Japanese historical accounts, a mysterious event occurred back in 1803. One day, a strange boat made of metal and featuring transparent crystal windows washed up near the coast of the Hitachi region. Inside the vessel was a young woman, her skin pale as snow, her hair a striking shade of red. The local fishermen were stunned. Not only did she look unusual, but she also spoke in a language no one had ever heard before. Although she didn't carry much, she held tightly onto a small square box, as if her life depended on it. Despite their curiosity, the villagers couldn't communicate with her at all, and fear began to spread. Unsure of what else to do, they eventually placed her back into the strange boat and pushed it back out to sea. To this day, no one knows who she was, where she came from, or what was inside that mysterious box. The story of this mysterious stranger first appeared on April 5, 1851, in a British newspaper called the Athenaeum. A man named Joffer Warren was found wandering aimlessly near a small town close to Frankfurt, Germany. He seemed confused, unsure of where or even when he was. When asked how he got there, he simply said he had no idea. He spoke German but with a strange accent, and surprisingly, he was also fluent in two completely unknown languages. He called these languages Laxarian and Abramian and claimed that they were spoken in his homeland, Laxaria. According to Jafar, Laxaria was a city located in a region known as Sakria, and it was separated from Europe by a vast sea. The only thing he remembered clearly was that he had set sail to find his long-lost brother. He said a violent storm hit during the voyage and his ship went down. Jafar was later transferred to Berlin for further investigation, but no one ever figured out where he truly came from or who he really was. In 1863, an unidentified man was discovered on Sandy Cove Beach in Nova Scotia, Canada. Both of his legs had been recently amputated, and no one knew who he was or how he ended up there. Those who found him said he couldn't understand any language they spoke. The only word he ever managed to say, barely understandable, was Jerome. He never revealed where he was from or what had happened to him. Locals claimed that on the night he washed ashore, a strange ship was seen out at sea, unlike anything they'd ever seen before. Jerome spent the rest of his life in near-complete silence and isolation, except for one mysterious event. One evening, two elegantly dressed women arrived at the care home where Jerome was staying. They asked to see him in private, and they spent hours talking in a language no one had ever heard before. After their visit, the women vanished, just as mysteriously as they appeared. To this day, no one knows who Jerome really was, or what those women had to say to him. If this story sparked something in you, there's a lot more waiting just beneath the surface. Like the video if you're ready to go deeper, and subscribe to join a growing circle of truth seekers. Because some mysteries aren't meant to stay hidden forever.